And today's topic is, does body count matter?
Doesn't matter.
So I would say I'm going based more so off the energy of that female. I really don't ask, though I've had a situation where a female did come forth and tell me right after sex. It was very awkward, and that changed the dynamic of the relationship afterwards. It was right afterwards. She just looked at me and she said, I think you're number 29 or 30. And after that, I could not look at her the same. This is somebody I consider for a relationship, and we were young too. I said, I think we were like 20. I think she was a year older than me, and I think I was like 23, 24. And I said, damn. I said, I ain't even got that many bodies. I said, she got more bodies than me. And the way she looked at me and she so casually said that, it just threw me off. I said, so what? I said, that's like, damn man, I said, you ain't even 30 years old. I said, that's more than a body per year, every year you've been alive.
She got more bodies than Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, she out here, pop, killing them out here. But that was my take on it. Now,
well, I mean, just you having that conversation, I think of a similar situation that I was in. I had feelings for a young lady who was going to try to pursue a relationship. We've had this discussion before. I used to work with her and stuff like that. And it wasn't until I had a conversation with a fellow employee, because I had been talking to her, doing a little bit of Mac gaming, you know what I mean? But, a little simp game back then, not even going to cap on that. But when me and him had that conversation, he's like, oh, you hit that too? And I was like, damn, you mean too? Like, as in also? Like, he's like, yeah, man.
when you was at the bank.
When I was working at the bank. I thought old girl was cool. I didn't know that I was going to be number 5 or number 6 on the list just in that building that had already hit it. So after that, it became extremely hard for me. I was like, I didn't even want to have sex with her anymore, because I was like, I'm just going to be the next dude on the totem pole that gets the chance to crack at it. Mm-hmm. So, that's body count to me. That's like, it becomes unappealing at that point.
And I'm going to say, yeah, when I say yes and no, it's because when you're considering a relationship dynamic, first thing I'm trying to figure out, I put a woman, when I come in contact with a woman, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this woman, where I'm going to put her. Is she side piece material? Is she relationship material? Is she smash and dash material? Where am I putting her at? And based off of that, it's based off of whether it matters. Because if I'm just smashing it and going, then it really doesn't matter who all she done dealt with. Now if I'm considering her for a relationship, I'm giving consideration to her mental state. So I'll ask her certain questions, not necessarily about her body count, but just getting vibes for where she's at mentally, to see, what her sexual experience is out here. Because you don't want to go anywhere with a female and, the homies, that's the worst.
Be embarrassed.
Yeah, you get embarrassed because people come up, they know your chick, they that. Like, I had that happen.
Well, that's how I felt at the job, because I didn't know that. And now I'm walking back into the building and I see people looking at me. I said, now I understand what those looks were. Those looks weren't, oh man, he got it. Those looks were, oh, basically was he, oh, you simping for some girl that we all just got done hitting.
He'll pour some straight up thoughts. I got a few relatives who then, I ain't gonna say no names, who then, some bust downs. I mean, like, I know we had some homies and some family members who then, they mess with chicks who were trainers. I mean, like, dudes just got done running a train on this broad, and now the one then caught feelings in the midst of them running a train. And I'm looking like, hell to the nah. As Future would say, she for the streets.
The streets.
The chick that I recently talked to, and I'm just gonna call her Alabama. Mm-hmm. She was from Alabama, and we ain't do nothing. It ain't go any further. But she had sent me some vids and some pics, and with that, she even told me, like, up front, like, hey, you ain't the first person I done sent these vids and pics to. I said, well, damn, I appreciate you keeping up front. She was trying to convince me that she was wifey material, but I wasn't going.
I mean, how you gonna convince me if I'm advertising myself everywhere? She basically told you that I advertise myself just to let you know.
Yeah.
So if you trying to write me up, just to let you know I'm being advertised widely and throughout.
Yeah, again, I ain't gonna say the girl's name, but she had told me something like she had two kids by two different dudes, and she was pregnant in the past before with 3 other dudes, and she had miscarriages, and I'm like, damn. So,
a lot of ghosts in that womb.
Yeah, so help me.
I ain't talking Casper the Friendly Ghost.
That's a haunted house up in that womb. Yeah.
$5.50 to get in on Halloween.
Yeah, but when it comes to stuff like that, and then also, I worked in a hospital as a NICU, as a nurse's aide in a NICU, and a secretary, and I physically actually got to see how many times some of these chicks were pregnant when they would come in, and it would blow my mind at how many abortions or miscarriages that some of these chicks had, how many kids they actually physically got, and how many pregnancies they didn't actually have. And I know some of them COVID, but some of them I know miscarriages one thing, and then we had situations where we couldn't let a dude in because he wasn't the father. So you got this dude who comes up there. She done came in there without him, of course. She go into the back. They take her into the back, and she lets the nursing staff know that, hey, the dude who's here, he can't see the baby because he ain't the baby daddy. And that was quite frequent, as sad as it is to say. So be careful, fellas.
Be very careful. Always be careful to choose who you put your seed in. Always vet them very carefully.